Is qi really bioelectricity? That is going to be the topic of this episode of Qi Life. So, if you've been interested in Qigong for a while, maybe read a fair bit about Qigong, maybe listened to quite a few people talking about Qigong, not just Qigong actually, maybe Chinese medicine as well, and maybe you've studied this and read different things, learnt different things. Because of course the concept of qi is central to both of those things. To qigong, of course, qi, qigong, it's right there in the name, the idea of our vital life force energy, and then of course gong, developing skill with it through working with it. But then of course this is central to Chinese medicine as well, in terms of understanding how our health works, how our body works and how we maintain our health, and also all of the different treatment therapies used within Chinese medicine use the concept of qi, what's happening with our energy. At some point, you've probably heard someone declare with, great certainty that qi is bioelectricity. That's what it is. It's bioelectricity. And then it's like, oh yeah, you're just like, yep, that's it right there. That fully answers the question. And look, there's in many ways, there's some sense to that in terms of what we're talking about when we talk about qi, our life force energy. In terms of awareness, well, a lot of this comes through the electrical system in our body and the way the nerves function to give us awareness of what's going on, and sensation, feeling things. The way different tissues are activated within the body. Again, within the nervous system, not just the nervous system as well though, there's electrical functions within every cell individually that have a lot to do with how their activity is activated and regulated. So yeah, some of the sensations we feel in terms of when we're working with our energy, sensations of, electrical type sensations, magnetic sensations, a lot of these, there's a connection through to bioelectricity. But does that make qi bioelectricity? It's not quite right. I would, if we flip that around, I'd say, bioelectricity is qi. So definitely bioelectricity is qi. That doesn't mean that qi is bioelectricity though. Because when we're talking about qi, we're often talking about not just bioelectricity, but a whole lot more than that. We're talking about all of the things that make up our vital life force energy. And there's many parts of this. Bioelectricity is an important part of it, but there's other things as well. Heat's a big one. The warmth that keeps all of our cells at a suitable temperature so that chemical reactions can occur appropriately within them. That's a big thing. And then also the heat we generate. This is a big thing as well. We generate specific wavelengths, specific frequencies of heat. Some of the different types of particles that move around within our body. Some of the physical pressures within our body. All of these are parts of our qi, parts of our energy. In fact, different people have gone to great lengths trying to measure qi. And, some of them have been reductive, and gone like, okay, we'll just try to measure bioelectricity. But it doesn't capture the whole picture. And others have looked much more broadly and have tried to measure different things that relate to our qi or are part of our qi. And they've sometimes done some quite interesting things. And some of the things that they've measured is, certainly bioelectricity and conductivity through the body. This is very relevant. But they've also measured things like the heat energy that we emit and the frequencies of that. Types of charged particles that we sometimes emit in certain circumstances. That's quite interesting as well. Sound waves that people can emit, and we do emit. And the conductivity not just of electricity but also of heat. Actually, when I was at a conference So this was pre-pandemic, immediately before the pandemic. So it was one of the World Academic Society of Medical Qigong conferences. Someone at that conference was presenting an interesting paper where they were looking at the effect of the movement of heat through the body after doing different Qigong exercises. So they were measuring, movement of heat as movement of Qi. And so, it's interesting to see people, be so reductive about Qi when we know that Qi is a holistic concept. It's about everything that goes into our life energy. And there's a whole lot more to our life energy than just bioelectricity. If it was just bioelectricity, all we'd need to do to, fix different issues and things that we might have going on us, maybe hook ourselves up to a battery and, we'd be all good. But we know there's much more to it than that. And Qi is complex, and as life is complex. When I say life is complex, I mean the process of life can be complex, but the process of being alive is complex as well. There's lots of things that go into that. Respiration and nutrition and movement, and all of these are things that contribute to our life energy, and therefore they're all part of our Qi. Just on the respiration thing, our breath, respiration, occurs, in a big scale when, breathing in and out through our nose, our mouth, whatever, and our lungs, but then also at a cellular level. And this has such a strong connection with the concept of Qi that the Chinese character for Qi, for our life force energy, is also commonly translated just as breath, because they're so connected. And so sometimes other people are equally reductive and go like, Qi, it's just breathing. Also not quite accurate. There's so many other parts that go to it. So is bioelectricity part of our Qi? Yes. But to say that Qi is bioelectricity is not quite accurate. And if you think about it in that way, you're going to miss so much of what's going on within your body, so much of what's affecting your energy and quality of life and the skills that you can develop and so on. And the things that you can understand. So helpful to look a little bit more broadly, and not be reductive when we're thinking about these things. Sometimes being reductive is useful in understanding parts. So is it useful to study bioelectricity and learn about it and how it affects us and what we can do to influence it? Of course, that's really useful. But to recognize that that is part of the bigger picture so that we don't miss all of the other parts. And then eventually, the synergy between those parts, how they interact with each other to create something that is greater than the sum of its parts. All right, that's my little ramble for today. Might be interesting for some of you, might be useful. If you have liked the vlog, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all those good things. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one soon.